Here's another installment of The Good Things of Philadelphia. The Good Things of Philadelphia podcast is an audio show that airs every Monday, spoken by Malaika McNeil, that overshadows the bad things that happens in Philadelphia. We encourage you to listen to this after the news. There are many great things about the city of Philadelphia: the food, the colors, the people, sometimes. But this week I'm going to talk to you about the architecture. There are many forms of architecture in Philly: the old ones that we have a whole part of the city dedicated to, and the newer ones that are always being constructed. First, let's talk about a few pieces of old architecture. Number one is the Divine Lorraine Hotel. Designed by Willis G. Hale and built in 1892, this Victorian-style hotel, located on 699 North Broad Street, has been a piece of Philadelphia architecture for a long time. It first acted as housing apartments for wealthy people. In 1900, the Metropolitan Hotel Company purchased it, and in 1948-ish, Father Divine, the owner at the time, integrated the hotel. That is when the Divine Lorraine Hotel became the first racially integrated hotel in Philadelphia. After not paying overdue bills and needing costly renovations, the hotel was sold to a New York developer, but it still sat there for 6 more years. In 2002, it was listed on the National Registry of Historic Places. In May of 2006, a Philadelphian developer, Michael Tracy Jr., purchased the building and had a development team oversee it. It was supposed to be completed in March of 2017, but we'll just wait to see what happens. Number two is the all-famous Philadelphian City Hall. Built in 1901 and located at One Penn Square, this municipal building was the tallest standing building in Philly for almost 100 years. It was designed by John MacArthur Jr., who was Scottish, and cost close to $25 million. It took 30 years to build. It has no steel until the base of the clock, which was the official timekeeper of the city. All other people would set their watches to the clocks on City Hall. There are over 250 sculptures on and in the building and over 88 million bricks. City Hall is 584 feet tall. The William Penn statue at the top is 37 feet, and the clocks are 26 feet alone. Well, that's only 63 feet. What about the other 521 feet of space? Well, the observation deck right below the statue is 499 feet above street level. That means there is 499 feet of just building. All original, too. It's a really great view, though. Number three is Old City. Yes, there's a whole part of Philadelphia dedicated to the old architecture and everything. Located within the Spring Garden Street, 4th Street, the Delaware River, and Walnut Street area, there are cobblestone streets, horse carriages, the whole 9 yards. Old City is the place where William Penn, the founder of Pennsylvania, and the Quakers settled first. It contains iconic Philadelphia items like the Liberty Bell and Independence Hall. There are many things to do and places to go in Old City, like the National Museum of American Jewish History. Constructed in 1976, this building looks pretty modern, with giant glass windows and a box shape. It is perfect for many events. Actually, my history teacher is getting married there. The museum has grown tremendously, starting off with only 40 artifacts, and now has over 20,000 artifacts, some dating back over 300 years. This museum moved to its current location, 101 South Independence Mall, in 2005. Designed by James Polshek, this 100,000 square foot building, made out of glass and terracotta, includes a theater, an atrium, a center for Jewish education, and 25,000 square feet for exhibits. It was only recently opened to the public on November 26, 2010. Number 5 is the Union League. Located at 140 South Broad Street, the architecture is based on Beaux Arts architecture, which is taught in Paris, and Second Empire architecture, what was popular during the French Second Empire. According to Wikipedia, the club's building is a classic Second Empire style structure with a brick and brownstone facade and dramatic twin circular staircases leading up to the main entrance on Broad Street, which was designed by John Fraser and completed in May 1865. The opening was originally scheduled for March 1865, with President Lincoln in attendance, but was delayed due to wartime construction and supply shortages. In 1905, Philadelphia architect and a Union League member, Horace Trimble, won a design competition to build major additions to the building. The Beaux Arts style addition, complete in 1910 and 1911, expanded the length of the building to a city block. The building was listed on the National Registry of Historic Places in 1979. What was once a patriotic city for Lincoln is now a private league. It is actually the oldest and most prominent of the remaining loyalty leagues. Number 6 is the Second Bank of America. Located at 420 Chestnut Street and built in 1818, this Greek Revival-style bank was built by William Strickland. It was modeled off of Alexander Hamilton's First Bank of the United States and held many stocks. It established a national currency and regulated credit issues by private bankers. It kind of looks like the Parthenon in Greece, just not hollow. Number 7 is the all-famous Kimmel Center. Me, going to a music school, means I've probably been to the Kimmel Center a lot, which I have. Located at 300 South Broad Street, it seems like all the good architecture's on Broad Street. I need to go outside more. This glass dome-like theater opened exactly 2 years before I was born, December 16, 2001. It was built by Raphael Vanoli and was unfinished but opened on the date said earlier. There are many parts of this center. The outside is made of glass, steel, and brick. The facade facing the Avenue of the Arts is largely transparent at street level. According to the Kimmel Center website, the building is surmounted by a transparent folded plate glass barrel vault that extends the length of the structure and ends on both sides in a colossal glass arch. A pair of glass encased elevators at the front of the Kimmel Center allows access to a restaurant on the third floor and to a rooftop garden above the Pyramid Theater. Also, Verzion Hall accommodates 2,500 patrons and 4 levels of seating. The exterior is entirely clad in Macor wood fins. The sinuous form of the hall is based on the shape of a cello. Geez, I've been going to the Kimmel Center for 6 years, which is as long as I've been playing cello, and I never knew that. I thought it was like a cinnamon bun or something. The interior surfaces are covered in mahogany, including the ceiling of each tier, reinforcing the image of a finely crafted musical instrument. Acoustic diffusion is achieved with the use of solid wood curving strips. A movable concert ceiling is located above the platform, creating an acoustical reflector for the musicians. This floating element, which also contains theatrical and concert lighting provisions for a cyclorama and a center speaker cluster, is finished in wood and cork. The hall also features acoustics adjustment chambers, 71 feet high and approximately 16 feet deep, surrounding the audience seating at all levels on both sides of the room. Number 8 is the Acura Center. Located across the street from Amtrak's 30th Street station, this postmodern style skyscraper always catches my eye. It opened on Halloween of 2005. It is 473 feet high. This area used to be a parking deck, and many ideas were brought to the table about what should be built there. Some people thought a veterans stadium. Others thought about putting the convention center there. But on May 8, 2002, the Brenda Realty Trust made public about its intentions to build a glass office skyscraper next to the 30th Street station. They would call it the Acura Center, and it would be designed by architect Cesar Pelli. When it opened, 93% of the building had already been leased. It held its grand opening on December 1st, 2005. It was the first skyscraper built in Philadelphia since the 2 Commerce Square in 1992. Number 9 is the Comcast Center. Located on 7101 John F. Kennedy Boulevard, this 973 feet skyscraper is the tallest building in Philadelphia, beating the Liberty One Place by only 28 feet. This building was first announced in 2001, but went through 2 redesigns before construction in 2005. It was designed by Robert A. M. Sturm and included waterless urinals. They were trying to be environmental friendly, and by using waterless urinals, it was saving Philadelphia 1.6 million gallons of water every year. According to Wikipedia, the structure of the Comcast Center comprises a central concrete core with steel frame doors. The building exterior features a glass curtain wall made of lightly tinted, non-reflective, low emissivity glass. The tower tapers inward towards the top and features 2 cutouts near the top of the building on the north and south sides. To prevent the tower from swaying too much in the wind, the Comcast Center contains a 300,000 US gallon double-chambered concrete tuned liquid column damper, the largest such damper in North America. Last but not least is my favorite, number 10, the Penn Nanotechnology Building. The reason I chose this topic was just so I could talk about this building. Named the Singh Center for Nanotechnology and located at 3205 Walnut Street, this 78,000 square feet of space contains state-of-the-art labs, a clean room, characterization suite, and much more. I have actually been inside this building, and it is so cool. When you walk into a building, there are white staircases to your right and a wall of mirrors to your left. I actually thought that the mirrors were a different room because they were in a somewhat triangular shape. Also, in the staircase, there are little landings with chairs so students can study and just socialize. They have orange tinted windows outlining the clean room because there's no dirt or anything that can get inside and the sunlight is too much for the sensitive things going on inside. The whole outside of the building is glass and there is a hollow cube-like structure outside on the grass. And get this, after the tour I took, we got a little metal plate, no more than half an inch by half an inch. That included 2 pictures of Benjamin Franklin, one with its colors inverted, the full Declaration of Independence, the pin insignia, a map of Philadelphia, Singh Center for Nanotechnology, and the Philadelphian skyline. That plate was just a little bit of what this building could do. It already won the 2013 American Architecture Award and the 2013 International Architecture Award, presented by the Chicago Athenaeum Museum of Architecture and Design and the European Center for Architecture, Art Design, and Urban Studies. That's all I have to talk about today. Tune in next week for another installment of The Good Things of Philadelphia. Thanks for listening. To learn more, please visit www.pleasepassme.com or call 1-800-I-NEED-TO-PASS. That is 1-800-I-NEED-TO-PASS. We would like to thank all of our supporters for keeping the show on air. Please support by going to Jupiter Grades and putting an A inside the box next to this podcast. B's and C's are fine, but are highly unrecommended.